Hello, my name is Mari Takenouchi. I'm a freelance journalist and I'm a single mother with 4-year-old boy. First of all, I'd like to give you a good news first. On March 11th, the third year after Fukushima nuclear accident, my case was covered by Reporters Without Borders. Actually, I'm being criminally accused by a group called Ethos. Ethos is a group which encourage Fukushima local residents to keep living by doing decontamination or measuring the doses in that area, or sometimes using whole body counter. But they keep encouraging people, including children, to stay there and to live there positively. And I said on the Twitter that this is like a human experiment. Then the leader of Ethos accused me for criminal contempt. And then this Reporters Without Borders got concerned, and one journalist from here covered this article. I'm really grateful. Thank you very much. And yeah, please check the internet, and the article is there. It's in English and in French. And yeah, let me tell you, when the first time I got realized about this ethos project was summer 2012. And since then, I was obstructed by many people, and amazingly, including anti-nuclear people. One day I got a phone call from a famous anti-nuclear group person, and she said another famous person from another group was telling me to stop opposing to ethos. I was really puzzled. And since when I started raising my voice, there weren't so many people who were aware of this issue, and I was really standing alone for some time, and now here I am. I'm under criminal accusation. I'm really greatly in shock. And also another thing is that when I started raising my voice in my neighborhood, there was one strange man approaching me and my son on the street, and he picked up my son, who was only 2 years old at that time, saying some weird things, and then I yelled, "I'll call the police," and he ran away. But such kind of thing occurred right after I started raising voice. And I should tell you, there are lots of shady people and shady things happening in Japan, especially in anti-nuke society. And so let me explain that to you. Okay, this is a funny title: Japan, the heaven for spies. Shady people from top to bottom. The Japanese Diet members okay? The citizens groups okay? Why didn't... okay, this is another video I just filmed, and there was a case called Monju Nishimura case. And this is just like Silkwood case in the US, where a person was killed by pro-nuclear society, and but still it was hidden, such kind of thing. And the Monju Nishimura case is the same as well, and there is a medical record as a proof for his homicide, but nobody is pursuing this case. So I just made another film, so if you are interested, please take a look. If this scandal becomes revealed to the public, I think Japanese nuclear industry could be stopped even. This is such a big case, I think. So the next page. First of all, I want to ask Prime Minister Abe whether he has any connection to CIA. There are some reasons why I would like to ask this question. Because some time ago I encountered this book, Legacy of Ashes, The History of the CIA by Tim Weiner. And this Tim Weiner is a New York Times reporter who got Pulitzer Award. And in chapter 12, it says the following. Chapter 12 is the title is Secret Donation to LDP, the ruling party in Japan, Liberal Democratic Party. There are some points which amazed me. Strangely, Mr. Kishi, Prime Minister Abe's grandfather, who also became Prime Minister after the war, released the US ambassador, Mr. Gu, from Tokyo Detention House in 1942, the second year after the start of the war, and played golf with him. I'm wondering what kind of relationship they had. During the war, Mr. Kishi, he didn't become prime minister. He was the commerce minister at that time. But he was playing golf with the US ambassador. That's a big puzzle. The second one. The first promising nation where CIA picked its leader was Japan. Mr. Kishi was released along with Mr. Kodama. Mr. Kodama is a right-winger person, and he was also a businessman, and he gained a lot of money. Look at this, $175 million private asset at the time, at the end of the war. I was really amazed to see this figure. And Mr. Kishi became the prime minister later. And next point, CIA also supported, is it closed up? Sorry, thank you. CIA also supported young, promising politicians who would benefit the US. I think this person could be former Prime Minister Nakasone. And next one, in spite of its name, Liberal Democratic Party members, led by Mr. Kishi, are feudalistic and right-winged people. Yes, I was always wondering why this party's name is Liberal Democratic Party, and even the US journalist was writing the same way, so which is good. And next one, the last point, Mr. Kishi requested for continuous financial report in his 1957 visit to the US, which provided money for 15 years to Liberal Democratic Party, by which its control became a solid one. So, in another way, Liberal Democratic Party was in a way born thanks to the financial support by the US and all sorts of supports by the US, and especially CIA was involved. And going back to the original question, I wonder whether current Prime Minister Abe has any tie with CIA or intelligence agencies in the US. So I think this question is a legitimate one. I wish there are some member of parliament in Japan who would ask this question. And not only this historical background, I have some doubts about Prime Minister Abe for the following things he had done before. Actually, I once helped translation of comfort women issue about more than 10 years ago. And I was helping out the international conference as well. And this thing happened. In year 2001, the program was made on comfort women. Is it closed up? Comfort women. And but actually, before it became on air, Prime Minister Abe, he wasn't Prime Minister at the time, Member of Parliament, Mr. Abe, put a pressure on NHK so that they eliminated the scene of the testimonies of former Japanese army soldiers who conducted this comfort women crimes. And that testimony was eliminated, and also the speech made by the main person who hosted that international conference was also deleted. And this is one. And the second point is that maybe lots of people do not know about this, especially among foreigners. In 2006, Prime Minister Abe, actually there were the first cabinet. In 2006, Prime Minister was also Abe. He became Prime Minister 2 times. And in 2006, Prime Minister Abe in the first cabinet answered, there will be no possibility of station blackout of nuclear power plants due to tsunami. This question was asked by a Communist Party politician, and he answered this way. And now what happened to Fukushima? I wonder why nobody is raising a voice against Mr. Abe for his answer at the Diet session. If he did something at the time, maybe the catastrophe could have been diminished. And I wonder why nobody is pointing this out. And the third point, in 2012, when the former ambassador to Switzerland, Mr. Mitsuhei Murata, asked for evacuation of children to some influential Diet members, Prime Minister Abe showed the least response. Actually, this former ambassador to Switzerland, Mr. Mitsuhei Murata, once in a while I talk with him on the phone, and I heard about this thing directly. He wrote about this. He was interviewed and talked about this on some page on the internet, but it is only in Japanese. But this is really an important point, I think. And as you know, he said, I assure you that there has never been any health hazards in the past, today, and future. Sorry, I skipped health hazard in the past, today, and future. But now, there are 75 thyroid cancer kids in Fukushima, but he has been totally ignoring this. And as I said, when Mr. Murata asked him about the evacuation, he was the coldest person, Mr. Murata said. And I really think this is really a grave matter. If the Prime Minister, top of the nation, do not care about the future of its nation's children, what kind of role is he playing? I really wonder what he is doing. And another thing, in Diet session in fall of 2012, he said the following thing amazingly in Japanese. I have studied hard and found out that there have never been comfort women accompanied with the Japanese army. This is totally a lie, and I was really shocked to hear this. As late as 2012, when I switched on the TV, he was talking this in the Diet session. But prior to this remark, he was, I think, interviewed by foreign reporters, and at the time he didn't say such kind of thing, so obviously he's double standard. And another, so next one is shady people on the internet. Going away from Mr. Abe's topic, I would like to talk about what is going on in the internet society in Japan. First of all, this is a surprising news, I think. In 2012, a company called Asatsu DK undertook a $0.7 million project from Ministry of Economy, Technology and Industry. And what this is for? this is for this is to collect the groundless rumors regarding nuclear issue and radiation issue. And the contents of the project is already released in the public. I was really surprised to see that, and they came up with all the false assurance against people who are worried about radiation, and they do that on the internet, targeting some blogs and Twitters and so on. And even the budget was allocated from the Ministry of Economy. I was really surprised to hear this news. And since I have been anti-nuclear and anti-radiation exposure, hundreds of people, or even thousands, came to my Twitter. By the way, I have currently 16,000 Twitter followers. And I started tweeting about 2 years ago. I registered it prior to that, but I really started tweeting thing about 2 years ago. And during this time, I blocked more than 2,400 people on my Twitter. And these are all this kind of people. They say that radiation is safe. You can eat foods in Fukushima, and it is totally safe. That kind of people. And I really suspect that these people are hired by some company. Maybe this is not the only company. There could be some other companies as well. And also there was some obstructor on my petition campaign. Since I am now criminal accused, I started a petition campaign to the prosecutor of Fukushima not to indict me, and then there was an obstructor. This person tweeted that you can change your name and you can sign as many times as you want. And then there are some very funny names, and funny countries, and it was really obvious that they made up some names in the petition. And every 15 seconds or 16 seconds, new name came up on the petition. And obviously it was manipulated by the call of this petition obstructor. And also there were some pinpoint attack agents. Some people slander my personality on the on the Twitter. And it was really obvious. They suddenly give some slandering words to me, and when I respond, that response is split by some other people, maybe their friends, and they just keep saying that I'm a horrible person and blah blah blah, and they can never deny the information I give out. So they I think they decided to attack my personality, but this is really a bullshit thing. And also there are some okay, next one, sorry. Actually, I used to work for Citizens Nuclear Information Center, which is the biggest anti-nuclear citizens organization in 2001 to 2002. And while I was there, sorry, the half of the budget came from the US foundations. And one of the foundation I remember, and that was not anti-nuclear. It was anti-nuclear weapon, but not anti-nuclear. And while I was there, two major accidents occurred at Hamaoka. Hamaoka is located on the plate boundary, which is very dangerous. And but CNIC didn't include nuclear power plant and earthquake issue in the annual policy, even though I asked for it many times. And not only I, but also some CNIC gets some membership fee from many people, and some of the members asked CNIC to please include Hamaoka issue they just ignored. And also they ignored a former GE engineer person who is very, very knowledgeable about nuclear power plants, because he constructed Fukushima Daiichi number 6 reactor, and he knows very detailed technical things, and he wanted to do the whistleblowing from his experience, but CNIC totally ignored that. And in 2002, Rokkasho village mayor, Rokkasho is a place where the reprocessing plant is operating. The mayor committed a suicide. And I thought CNIC would do something, but no action was taken. Right after this incident, there was a village mayor election, and there was a person who was opposing to Rokkasho reprocessing plant, but they didn't give any support. And I was really surprised at their attitude, and I went to support the election campaign out of my own will as an individual, not as a member of CNIC. I went there on one weekend, and amazingly, the next day on Monday, when I went back to the office of CNIC, I was called by the co-directors of CNIC to a remote cafe, and they told me that I am dismissed. And of course I was shocked, but I was even more shocked in the following week when there was a meeting inside CNIC. I told the other members that I got dismissed. And then one of the co-directors who told me I got dismissed said that you are lying. You are not dismissed. You said that you wanted to quit by yourself from your side. So I got very angry that I even don't mind that I got dismissed, but I really mind that I am called as a liar. I'm not lying, and I was really furious. And I really think that CNIC is quite a shady organization. And after this incident, I got a phone call from the lawyer who is a board member of CNIC, and he said, "Please keep quiet, Ms. Takenouchi. If you raise your voice, CNIC might be in trouble. So, or even could be dismantled, and we will give you $2,000. So please keep quiet." It was really a very, very strange experience. And now, what is CNIC doing? Please close up. Amazingly, this is an anti-nuclear power organization, but in June 2013, one of the co-directors said it is inevitable to restart nuclear power plant. And also, when I looked at their financial balance, I was surprised that to see nearly 50 million yen, $0.5 million, out of 63 million yen, $0.63 million, is for operating cost and administrative cost. Only $2,000 for project on earthquake and nuclear power plant, and $0 for children's radiation exposure issue. Can you believe this? If you look at the budget, you can see what they're doing, and this is really important. And on top of that, a horrible video was made on children's exposure issue. And CNIC co-director and some guest speaker were talking about the children's exposure issue, smiling and laughing, and they were telling only the ethos-like thing. There is no other way other than living in the contaminated areas. They have to be careful, but that's about it. And I really got furious when I watched this video, and not only me, lots of people were tweeting about this video. They all say that it is really horrible. And okay, and also there are some board members in CNIC, and 2 of them are lawyers for Fukushima nuclear power plant accusers group, and one is a lawyer for Monju Nishimura case. I made another video, so please look up this Monju Nishimura case. But this lawyer, even though he knew that the murder was conducted, he made this case as a civil case, not a criminal case. Okay, this is going to be the last page. So I think both in the citizens level and politicians level, I think there are many puzzling phenomena in Japan. And for example, I was talking about this before, so let me go to the second point. In the beginning of 2013, I wrote a long letter to the United Nations, about 50 or 60 pages, focusing on the health hazards. And again on the Twitter, I asked for sending letters to the United Nations since the 10 thyroid cancer kids were emerging in Fukushima. And not only that, in Ibaraki Prefecture, right south of Fukushima, there was some higher rate of heart abnormalities being observed, and some other symptoms were coming up. There were many Twitter followers who sent this kind of letter, but strangely, some the organizations I know, they refused to write a single email to the United Nations, and they were making up some excuse why they are not doing that, and it was really strange. As of now, I don't know any single organization which were talking about health hazards already occurring in Japan to the United Nations. It's really funny. UN Human Rights Committee, Mr. Anand Glover was giving out very nice report, but still he was not focusing on the health hazards itself. He was focusing on the concern. I'm talking about the already emerging health damage, but I don't think any organization has been doing that. I think there is a strong restriction put over organizations both in Japan and in the United States. I thought, I had this feeling when I visited New York conference in March 2013, almost nobody was talking about the health hazards. And actually, quite sadly, Communist Party in Japan is supporting ethos, and there are some ethos members among the Communist Party, doctors as well. And as for Social Democratic Party, it has been anti-nuclear for many years. But strangely, the former leader of SDP, her name was Mizuho Fukushima, she opposed to the relocation of US base to Henoko, and when she was a minister, she opposed to it and quit her job, quit her position. But just before that, the export of nuclear power to Vietnam was decided. But she admitted that she didn't raise any opposing voice. That was really mystery. And I asked this question to Ms. Fukushima, Mizuho Fukushima, a couple of times, but I haven't got any answer. And this Mizuho Fukushima is the partner of lawyer Yuichi Kaido. Yuichi Kaido is a person, is the lawyer for this Monju Nishimura case, and this is obviously a murder by pro-nuke society. Please watch this video as well. This is like a Japanese version Karen Silkwood, and this is really important, so scandalous. And he made this murder case into a civil case. And so that is all I have today, but I myself feel very scared because there are so many shady things going on around me, and I myself have experienced various things since I started anti-nuclear activities in Japan. There are so many obstructions, not only from the right-wingers or internet's strange people on the internet, but also from the inside of the citizens organizations who do look like they are doing good things. They have been acting for anti-nuclear or anti-radiation exposure. They look so, but in reality, I have been observing what they're really doing. And yeah, thank you for watching, and please keep in mind that not all the citizens groups, I think lots of citizens groups have some, I have some doubts on lots of groups actually. And if I were a pro-nuclear person, I would dispatch capable people to every citizens organization, anti-nuclear organization, to stop their activities, try to avert the crucial issues. And I wonder, maybe they have been doing that in Japan for many years and even today. Thank you very much.